Osire. Virtually, I didn't grab you, Peter. Patricia. I went for me who stop. It's all go free.
Honorable Amin Salif.
Fakoto Honamere.
I would like to emulate you. In that case, the president has made education a priority. Taking my own constituency, for instance, before the inception of the NDC government, previously, we're having almost every community was virtually under school. Was under school of trees. Hey, almost every community was virtually under school. Was under school of trees.
I get it. I get the drift now. I get it. I was a former Majo. Omajo onaba mi salifu ya da wasen so actually the state and communities nyina ewom yaba mu nyina adwi na yaba makwaba ede about the platform dwumadie so adwada na ukuara bra na nwotwe kase bo na ba na wiye e na yede ebre wo efrem na ya Kesseh obetimi afrem the cardinal me na me di ho chiame Isaac Odro Patricia Sifa Fisher Elizabeth Jean Prince Bafo Asamoah Samuel Apia omo na hihye en me di ho chiame abusua mamu nyina adwo anwumre so yadamase se mo ne yen badwendwen Ghana ho de abomu ene mani agipa lasa onabase mabai na ka kire me se die meta hu no Monday nam se Isaac na onabase ma obai me hu no biomo o se o onabo so obeba afede edu anwume na onabo e o se onabo so constituency mi si ye onabo asiama de masim anyway onabo Daniel Kwesi Asiama former MP buem owa some aye pay former honorable member of parliament for Ayensuano constituency aye pay e wo ha sei na me no omo be twetwe nkomo before that no Kofi Ofozun kansa ono so e wo ha sei Kofi Ofozun kansa e wo ha enanwumre ye no ebedi enkomo kakra ansa na me no na ba ye pay ni ono ba siama atwetwe enkomo ti obi a wutie me bia me mamadwo Electricity Company of Ghana mamadwo part almost light na mai any ankonam electricity a free sapema sapema Macedonia ho eko kotoku ene medie pamcho no amudum light no ebesi sabre mu nyansoi ena ebesi sabre so mon ka hwe nchire obi a Electricity Company of Ghana de wo kotoku medie ene Macedonia ho ba bi ene ade no de ntia entumi emaye no se mo kan ye hunu because if you no abesi sabre kan ya no wo off mon ka hwe so nchire obi a ebasa enyefe Electricity Company of Ghana the entia enkane na dum e wo medie kotoku ena Macedonia yes North Canadian so ka ho North Canadian minim time ammo de no edum ye de Electricity Company of Ghana hwe me kan sesi na me producer de bibia be say Electricity Company of Ghana Accra West Region wishes to inform the general public, especially our cherished customers residing in and around Nsawam and Amasaman, that the outage being experienced is as a result of broken poles caused by the rainstorm. There be a broken poles. Mobwa. Electricity mobwa. And ye breaking poles. Mobwa. Monkwana there be a broken poles. There be a dear jatoa. A dear poles. Mobwa pa mo share da ye ya na nsuo toto ene na anu ya mo de ba sa mo pe 138% na mo hu se broken post bi ode mobwa mo so light na mo nya side na mo ye no on be side we nya say affected areas Blue Skies Upa Hebron Medie Kobima Sapema Sansam Kutunsi Kwashikuma Macedonia Church and surrounding areas na mo kan say ya media na me yakra say what top prepaid no Omobema offer say ya be 4 days. O prepare ni be dia na be die. Eno so ka say mo ye nje sa broken pole electricity pole ena. Maintenance team. Me ta na me attachment of electricity. Na me maintenance team. Maintenance team anadwu nyina ye wo eyi no so ne ye adwuma. Maintenance team anadwu nyina ne nam kwan so ye adwuma. Se pole keke na abu mo se pole keke a Paul nyana mo betimi a replace Paul abu anti mu hia eh friend say 72 hours na mo replace Paul electricity mo nya za na nsem weto ana nsem we obi ana mo nya adwene mo hwe na mo koso light no na sade na mo ye no obi ana mo nya fan o sade no ko bi maajo
ye ni o minia the cardinal ba ko pe
na what say
nyame ro won se be ba fi a chekakra
wa na nso wa yo ho asante achima nti asa on shada mahasi
promise time mu sa e be fa na say omampani dia ko any performance nti na yesettle in
mama unua mpanifo no atena se ansa na me no atwetwe nkomo ona ba ye pe
nana
den
ayo wakase
ayo no wo den
wo hu ye nyame adom wo hu ye pa wo se wo chia
o meji won so
wo chia bia
ka chi wo se nipa odem beba area on ya be chine afa krabo akota ne potam nyina ya ye pe
meba meba be fa da kro ne akọ
ka chi wo se me ne ya pe beba ho
na ya mi chia wa tiefo
yo
na fe enra na ma woda
oh
yo nana
ede utin kwa
yo na menyo bia birthday ni mani je hu sa ati mi kra mi birthday mi wire to mi fi so bi an frema wo shima na mi wire fi na social media be na eja eya na Facebook ni e no oma alert yen na nra na ya me hu juru mi
da man for da so do
me hu odom me wodo ni pada supermasem
ko ayi je na ka do ade kan hu ayi o na ko twa mansa na ma do ayi
na enra me hu juru se messages ya ma me phone kura dum ya fei
I see
na radio stations na idu baby na Peace FM kokroko mo boss kra na say atem no nti me fa sa kwan su na mado bia se o ma chro do papa ni titru pa me kwan su ensi fo me do bia se na fe me wira kra ho say me ya mpi kra nipa me ni ma woda ma nipa mfra me so won ga frɛ won ga send messages radio stations
Johnson Pano. On the time na omuko akokum Yesu nyina they were so convinced say akwani iri pabonini.
Exactly.
Bible say time a omu born me amudua no wie ya. Oka say sukom de na omu man we no. Oja ne humi mu no. Entoma na etwa asor dem ho no.
Emuti mi.
Na emuti ye na tifri soro.
Ebe pemfem.
Eba fom. Kofo no gira ho anom say yes indeed.
Oyo nyankopon ba.
Akwa we nyame ba ba.
Enti na madam ma say MPP platforms ahoro a me woso. It through power na Yensuano official platform. And the youth in a Yensuano message I want to buy the celebrating me. Na ya ba kwa de pass so bi be fro no aka kire we see. Winti na nem nsakoma no. Winti ene. Me ne mebusuafo nyina ye nsakwa ye ngano. Na ahụ akese pa ntimido bia nso ase won a wo frɛ won a won ntuma frɛ me a wote ma woda wo ha no the fan de okai won nso ni means bia wo be reach you safo ni nyina nso edomase
ona bazia ma
Obeni
na what is saying
we de kakra our why o mani nkranza de no
sure nkranza
mama ni ngi kra
o coincidence na
oze
o coincidence na
da we no obo
enya asema no ha keke baby a ofi wo voter region o ti monu hu ha nkranza ye nyina nga asem na nso enye hu afo na wo ya
na onim ze befo ku obi a enye ne yaze ya manfozu mami kama
enyo hu afo pa na wo ya hwe baby asem ye nyina ya asem
Some me na my classmates on.
Dabi o mi jini akra ma bo fra akra.
But mun nyina mu free parliament baako.
Da ye nyina fi on the same table.
7th parliament.
Wow, you catch us.
Dabi me started from 5th parliament.
You catch us sunu ya greedy.
Ye nyina we members of the 7th parliament. Ba me dem ye senior.
But number 2.
Senior bebre kra. Oba ne me twa 2 terms.
O catch us say osunu ya greedy. Wa hu ni so ban. O kasa bitia kun. Oh, yama time say kasano. We see your birthday, and now we have from Ube ya campaign, Barabeto time, na ya campaign. Na Ghana new. Onu de mi hunu biomu. Me di wa woro. Me kama sema. We see me miti otiriji and obi wu on kranza. One MPP for so by. One MPP for Subai. Intimi mebusia for yako. Ya pa. Say police ni be fatu. E dia fo bi betrim. And now bisusu ye di no kotu custody. Ye be hia omusi wewu. Onipa oda ni fie o. Enye se otum Ricardo police for akochi nu. Intimi ka sem we ya. We see me from T region. On how I pay just has to buy na minimum untisa. To be your campaign now be to airtime. Now they are your campaign. Inti open enuni me how meeting in the grade you ani cry the cry na emidi.
Oh, so what?
I just say
oh yes no krafo na ni kuna wu. E na make you.
Some of them before the moja anya mufi.
Oh,
so ba no.
Eyin so ya MPP.
O de me ba.
Ya mo bia ya be mo bia tem. At time na on kasa. Me kasa o si ma minka.
Susinokrafo na ni kuna wu. Susin no.
O de me ba na ba se amane ai pe beba mo so na mo me say the mo me ne boss and drink come. Opovo
the cardinal.
Na NIP ti say.
Nyame ado NIP. Boko o mampani na na dan kwakufu ado. Na ni so adi hunu a onya no 2016 manifesto di share mu so oba obepe entrepreneurship vehicle Kesseh pa beboa na startups and small businesses. Ya momo integrated national support na ya tete omo aso o masene ya momo bosia na omunjumadi akoso na private sector MPPD hunu say engine of growth no atumpon na ya dua nyuma nkuma amadaachi omo nso etimi anyini abaye nyuma Kesseh aba mu no mafanipa me no Kesseh ya de training ya ya beka ho asem yi ka dia ya dada ho a na almost 150,000 and since 2017 NEIP attitude on mabuno in entrepreneurship training both technical and business development services training yadema mabuno no ya bomu bosia ebe empemdu imu juma yenya ebe 90,000 jobs created out of these interventions through NEIP na de dane se ne Kesseh pa na fe na eba because they say enyina said ye enuanom empempem every school afibia free SHS abeka ho amasem no kra sei ti wo the second cycle ni tertiary ka ho a na afibia na nkwala free school mo ba na ekoba 250,000 the cardinal formal sector need to me absorb just 10% of that number Kesseh na omampani hwe no so bi we de say di bibi Kesseh pa ba na mfie miensen de enemu yetimi create be 1 million jobs across all sectors of economy but bia babunu bia wo pepa ewo hu nimdie ewo interest say oye business bia na yebeboa na ama na dua say business na ho dada yebeboa mu aba mu atrem boni kind scale up na say ni won so yaboa watete wa ma ho enchekere na yaso asene say funding support na yebema say startup pack bi na yebema say equipment credit bi na yebema say jumadi awudie no products na ba kwa befa so obeton market linkage na market access bi na wonhia say regulatory support bi certification bi na ope or FDA or standards authority ho aban juma bia say onum jumadi na wonso o startup no etimi tumpon na jumadi koso no say nhihye nyina beba so a enche omampani na adran kokufuado ebepa ho ntoma enti the cardinal exciting times ahead for the youth of Ghana. 1 million jobs in the next 3 years for all youth from 18 years up to 40 years. Omampani enche obe launch say unye youth na se oye panimu a obro sa na se o adwuma no wo employ babunu nso a half of them youth a ultimately qualify to access support integrated entrepreneurship support here through finance ministry and kasa you will use start secretariat wo ho omampani ankasa ene ye champion the cabinet level or driver side we uba ministerial level e can for da no na use start secretariat minwa pani John kuma so da no ansana implementing agencies ye bedi ho dwuma ye NEIP ene kana enterprise agency GE ye nso ya hwe ne ye ntoto ye na district pia nya kota asasante achim center nyuma 2000 ye bedua ya chichem ahwe kro bia omo resources omo local dynamics social cultural practices wo the business na ye beboa ye behwe na afa so na ye ma apin no na 16 regions across the country no obia enya ne de ene district assemblies no MMDs no ene be ye it we ye big national project ebeba ye nim se enema mu ayeden adwuma se mu ni aden nanso ensempa enam kwan so ba me nka pi ya pa ho ntoma no wia ya be daba na ya do masuko na ya chirichi mu ye across all the platforms, national platforms nyina na ya ye ho roadshows akese a chirichi mu ama stakeholders in the entrepreneurship ecosystem obia atiase role is to play wo na aboa ama sa target of creating 1 million jobs in the next 3 years etimi abam the cardinal
maybe you need the hear me pa youth in agric
yes
and no ho share na tisan
yo that's the cardinal youth in innovative agric no enhyehyeye ba kwa under entrepreneurship component of the Ghana Kesseh program no obaha covid atorenchem no ebe boy no the stress about businesses in Yuma form ekakra. It is stimulus program. All over the world, interventions are hot to economies nyina amai ahodo ede basere be you me free covid no yenso ye de ne Ghana Kesseh program no ye start say ye kana ye nwanum bi edwen say ebia lip service there bi enye lip service enhyehyɛ trudo won krobata pi ne krobata baako na ye di ho dwuma entrepreneurship component no ne krobata baako ene youth in innovative agric program here ye because ye share issues bebre ho 58% of the population mabunu the cardinal omo ahoden betimi de ayekua aboyan because ye nananom a omo de sekan ne aso edono omu nyini. The average age of a farmer in Ghana is 55 years. Was so mabunu no eden no moye ntine ye say eden hyehyɛ ba be attract the youth into commercial farming, commercial agriculture, plantation agriculture because where the west, where developed countries and the main difference and they say agric no a machine agric technology driven smart agriculture we use mechanized systems and irrigation systems. They say drones near there by one person it me agric Kesseh no dey feed krobako oba krom hanso if you be a farmer and so still your food import substitution gap we are not even able to produce enough to feed ourselves and now your process bimpo na yetimi export to be like I say your issues 11 million youth under 40 years no any almost 250,000 youth come out of universities and second cycle institutions. The potential is there for them to enter into agric. And then you hear there be say secretary day 2 billion cedis dollars in po. Fibia buying edekra and maybe to say in toast rice and bro and other processed foods. Ebano. Say sikano. Say it me mu kakra. Na ye de so ye mabunu yase na ye encourage you omuna say mom the right systems and the farming tools and implements and machinery irrigation systems wo ho na say omu yekua na ebetimi aboa yen ama say sika twitwi de na de bi rekọ krakra sa na ma we ba no eswate na de bi esi de na pressure wono so because we have to go out and import some of these processed food products no and also aba from nti eno na watch kakra ya pa hontoma ebi application say Ghana maburu bia we between the ages of 18 and 40 years utimi ba na don krata ba ebe application into the youth and innovative agric program under Ghana Kesseh program finance minister pa hontoma 2022 budget no na omo year application or the cardinal yenya as much as 24,000 applicants on our portal in just 2 weeks. Sa emabunu 24,000 ya omo person ye various agric activities. First cohort you select 5 crop areas. Ye vegetable farming because we in tools ne jene no ne ade hutimi ya den kakra. Maize farming. Livestock ne poultry no for tubers to say cassava ya. Na for what the farm feed my group processing na ya add value to it no. Any nya say any pa 24,000 ya omode enkrata aba say omo pese omudi sa aban dwumade bi na say any pa 24,000 na ya che omagu region 16 mu nyina me no Kesseh ye mo ntete in various aspects of farming seeds bempo and improved varieties near papa udua etimiso ama high crop yield planting methods ben and a fertilizers application subsidies yerebe mo afi plowing ni ade mechanization yebe use kwan ben na ombefa so ombetima ye ni nyina omo ye livestock kwan ben na ombefa so ombenya feed ama emmoa no we require access to market any other business development services ebetime de ama omo ebeboa ama omo so de omo fudie na kodwa so akoton na ekuafo omo so anya bi abo omo ntoma no sa entity here no na say ekoso in 40 centers across the 16 regions of the country who can yi pa ya hu kan yi wo hwe ahonkeka emaburu no e de esua sa agriculture hu ne na kese there's a huge appetite for entrepreneurship, even in agriculture.
Kadna, good evening. I was in the Eastern Region training for the NEP program today at Asaman Kesseh, Latter-day Saints Conference Hall, as a poultry farmer from Tichamanti in the Yuziano district. 5135 ranges. I am Kesseh from Pong.
And I was sending me messages here.
Any farmer.
The message. Now, one will see at the bar, Mitchell, never boss see the I use Yano, a baboy and papa. Since vegetables need to best nip or poor farming, the idea. I didn't think most of my constituents near peasant farmers in T80. You best na actually you kasa we actually when you go fa so ya you be boado do na etumi ayi that's pa
yo eti the cardinal o hwe ahokekan mabunu no adidi sa adwumadi ya na kese there's a lot of potential yeso man ya harness na na banye hu a yenso yesi yen ye amampani da roma diskan bishim na thousands of youth the appetite for entrepreneurship more papa so mo be ye agri business activities no this are support na mo no so aye na it is being done in batches until last week and it started a week be ye next week be be na na otwe to so e be aye until about 4 weeks and e be until e ba bunu na ka 24,000 no ho na ukoye portal no so ekoye application na wonte yenka mo akoma ento ye be fro enru hubs no so edru om so on be fro no maye na application it was done online e be nep.gov.gh and she share any by and be apply Ghana card the answer war Ghana card a unique identifier basic identifier or the boko no akoye san she no ya hwe party card ya hwe sorry awoko ya hwe
it is say asem fan say bia mo yes no mante na afi na mate a 2 liter mame
almost and this is say 2 liter mo because your process applications nyina wi as say ye tete o mu planning and the number of applications on where they planning. Now the EU said this is just the first phase of it.
Okay.
And the second phase, beba. Now if you start on company bepa on to my July, first week of July, and also bad. Agri business is going to be a very big component of you start. It's whatever agriculture activity you are involved in. You start, and also obey and then also work or district assembly, no work file form, and answer why your online portal, no. Wa fele form ho na farming activity bia obeyi bia no pese oye bia no why you start the cardinal super because no kwa jobs target no kwa 1 million in the next 3 years 80 for you to create 1 million jobs no na say at least we set up about 200 to 300,000 enterprises who sika no say the enyire enim no yi level mu na bi fra ba nyame adom say Ghana for yi level atum as say omutu ya na kama I start support no me giri say empanifon so be make say scan available na ye dey back abeso masene ama my Greek businesses ene wo hwe opepa the cardinal mabunu no e dey yekua ya efe poultry e buy a catfish business ene tilapia no ne ya dey abai ahonke kan Ghana mabunu e dey ye nipa no edwuma bank kura no apene tank bi o ne danchi no ye ne fishing and now a penny KGB, not the end poultry. That opportunity is there. Our government harnessing. Now there are a lot of opportunities. Over poultry sector now, importation of poultry products and $100 million every year. We put 2019 figures. I don't know they call Sikam Ghana scams is an say okay, kako 1 billion, which 700 million Ghana citizens. And yet Sika Kitwa. say sika no say yetimi boa ye maburu no to me local production ye process e bo ha ne nso yetimi packaging kokoi any turkey ne other poultry products kama yebetimi ase wu say sika no na pressure ba yesi de so na de bia si de deposit no nso akofom enti emwa poultry farmers here ye omu feed cost of feed a ekosoro they old chicks ehutimi ye den chemicals omu de ye nkokɔ no ho adwuma ene bosia a omu kwaje obanga hunsi ho ewo esoro ne ade no eno ho ana ban ahwe a ye saa enhyehyeye a youth and innovative agric for instance first phase supporter ye deba na ya hwe na say feed na ohia ya maiska na de akoto they old chicks na ohia ya maiska na de akoto chemicals bi na ohia de gunkoko ehua ya maiska then so de akoto na yamma low interest rate financing the cadre ye beje only 4% interest rate on Saska de Bema Brunina. Na ya sama moratorium adibitua. It is a bunch now they call donors a bunch na de bosome and kron and a beba. First 9 months no, I buy any BBM through over start produce a harvest at the akudwa so akoton. Ya could bit me as a drum amount, access to market, market linkages across the value chain. I ensure say be as a company Kesseh or as here starch and I say ethanol from cassava na ya beje de akomo ama ne ton nso anyo de answer na what me start etua. The cardinal oba cassava, which is one of the crops we are also supporting now. Afibia we spend almost $200 million in annual imports. And look at the bro 1 billion Ghana cedis. Ghana higher can 1 billion cedi and yes, and so that is how much we spend on imports of industrial cassava near their industries. Never had use the produce ethanol near the Mutimiko Brazil near the Enecoto. In so your vegetation is similar. Bois, industrial cassava gap no on a bit me a boy and my pharmaceutical production. Here's our raw materials, breweries here's our materials in our bois. On penny and Danko Kufado industrialization agenda or the abano. One will say most of the inputs and our raw materials in here agri products because dodona fruits and our vegetables and our tubers be and our cereals be and our factories and a processing. And so you be Commander Sugar Factory, the factories you want raw materials anymore. And inti and she say no say sa crop inputs here most of this one district one factory factories are set up no here ni nyina no ye the supporter ba na maburu na dua wo ho said the bay raw materials no ho nye den wie ya ni abeto wo hwe cassava say ya akwa from plains ni other areas investors be asset up cassava processing plants amo bank ni say the cardinal and soto because omo produce ethanol omo produce starch omo we a be export to be any other say nyame adom yanya after secretariat Africa Continental Free Trade Area ebe boa yen ya kire emabuni packaging ni ade no ma take advantage of this regional market na sa na ma yen ebubusu nyina omo produce ya boa omo ama omo ye packaging kama na omo de akode sub regional market akonya foreign exchange na enye se Ghana ye de bia na yen kokra na ema ba na very soon no, through the support of the government under the Ghana Kesseh program in agri-business and other interventions under U-Start no yensu yetimi akonya foreign exchange na ebeboa ama yesika yimu ayedu. Next crop tomatoes afibia no so you spend $140 million and you declare tomatoes both raw and the processed one. Sometimes yetimi ko bokina no na declare kututo bi eba ura ye shopping malls near there. Tomato paste are 99% of them. They are preferable. Why can't we produce enough, process them here, and even export them to earn foreign exchange? It is possible. At the industrial level, there are one of companies in here. Are buying our stimulus packages through Ghana Kesseh program. Them companies in here and areas no almost are processing at the large scale level. Na aboyami etime close your import substitution gap no ansana oba light manufacturing one say mabu no ebenya blender obenya small machines tools starter pack kuma bi no nso aye na mini factory e wo fie eno nso any PNG with the support of government is going to help them set up some of these light manufacturing systems in homes. Na the cardinal yetimi a produce tomato paste in sachets, in tins and other packaging wiki AUCC for university a frame
university no
Africa frame now branding and branding management class so we said them buni aye niema ahodo bia process local rice e bia process drinks e bia ye juice no money ade omaye apply marketing strategies said on the back market any idea na kese nika some of them have even started commercializing it omanya businesses out of it very exciting because sana aban everywhere already this year budget yes say building an entrepreneurial nation, sustainable entrepreneurial nation, fiscal consolidation and job creation. Aban etimi afa entrepreneurship as budget theme and know how important we see it. It is a mabuno no start this entrepreneurship journey from universities produce and yema on their own. Omo chance aban baba so ma say am startup packs and equipment support the processing and yema financing, access to market, any other business development support, and I can say anyka because I buy direction over here. No, so I am ready. I started that there. I can't say be sure money this support na mom. Then if any use can you feel no control accountant general payroll so I call you Juma anyhow. Because nipa 100,000 free universities, any technical universities here, we don't have that much space on the government payroll, and I say even private sector, formal sector, no payroll to absorb all of them. Now, me obia or yabanjuma yesikani, Kuruma yabasika for obia or yabanjuma bitua can me be that. Omunina a business people starting getting said they use for start to school me, no they are paying in a drink, no yeah, will be 10 years time, no, so a big producer of drinks, not all supply. Into exciting times ahead for the youth of Ghana.
All right.
Yen yina krado. Na sa opportunities here be. Yen take advantage of it. Na the you muni say opportunity ne ba and so because emabru na neje. Eti nya afi ne ebe kasampu aba convention mo say bra na be yikuya. Omo pedada. Enti that is what is good. When any potential na wo na ban be harness no. Aban so nim sa eti yi level na Ghana for other room as say omutu amaye no. Ye behwe na yenso ye de ahim na enema miensa ye se ye road infrastructure, digital infrastructure and security, any youth entrepreneurship and employment, job creation na etwa to no ya hwe mu kina pa ye na ni nyina ya hye ne nso ama maburu na hu se yi level na mutu aye no we ni ene ye de ye enye se omampani anase aban edada Ghana for na emom yeje ede boa ema oman etumpo na we ya nima ebebu hu konta sa 1 million target job target ya set ama ye hu no afibia ye beba ha ne abekire sector bia dodo etimi create o hwe artisanal and TVET sector amumu ensanu dwuma te se plumbing, tailoring, electrician adwuma, any carpentry, cosmetology aba ma yo musuan makeup they don't need much when you start up pack sometimes 1000 Ghana when you need 2 kit complete when you adwuma efie utimi yeko obu university no person yes services courier company and then online or other aduane when you muto ba kwa watini company start adwuma nti on the bed of his university hostel no utimi create company long list of artisanal areas and no okwa grassroots level across all the districts by BFA bi obi students and adwuma mo mo sua dada na ban be boa polish mo near the sa support na mam unsu an so e do be fantitiem ansa na sa support no aba ansa na eni ma ye nwia ma yitimi omo nsa ye e say so bolo asana yogurt eni ma hodo locally produce no so ebetimi aboa ne amom startup packs no mo aye packaging kama ne no so etimi dia kodwa so akoton na ba bia de card na otibia na ban etimi abo asen ama de obetimi dia start one kasa company na wonso wakase omampani na dan kokufado ne MPP aban baaye no mo beji ye tuo no omo edeba ebeso ya sen ama Ghana maburu yenso enya asomfaso
Kofi Ofosun Kansa ono enwoye peni awada National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program NEIP ano ono ne na twetwe nkoma nwumre a wachechire mu Kofi ehaye ofie me pese sa face we mu wie training na se enya sha ase a sanbra na ye hu omo a qualify na afi ye inform ye ni omo
chi specific interventions e dey mu
na ye mfa ye ni achire ni ehwe se there be a abind discussion bibi man so ye sen hu outcome no papa we dey be pese e be hu nti Kofi ya da se nwumre se obefa
me da masepa se mu ame akwanya no
Yo. Mami go nuano mpanimfo no eho honorable Esiama ewa ha sei na afi honorable Ayepe ranu mienu yi enam ne omo eba betwetwe enkomo but before that no Professor Edward Wiafe ene eyo awoda Professor Edward Wiafe ene eye prof awoda enti unuaba Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Wiafe adai was say omao happy birthday Professor Edward Wiafe Yankopon enka oho Electricity Company of Ghana egusu ekaimo say Macedonia sapema kotoku medie ne potemu light no mo reason na mo de ma say eye kan say po na mframafa na ebunu de ndo asomu that reason we there ya workshop we nyina atana hoda yinim se na adwuma ne sitie enti that reason we there meme nsum monya na monye bibi ne emfanya adwuma na ehu se ne anema besi akọ Lance Corporal Bashasha Dauda wo Dansuman Divisional Police Command Lance Corporal Bashasha Dauda wo Dansuman Divisional Police Command wo so yesi na ayo awda enti happy birthday Bash happy birthday enko emma ena afi mami bisu a yeso o entia oda enna sister Equia crying Wiafe magua onso so yemoadwo yedo asepa se abiri nyina utie yen platform bedwafo eda wase papa Honorable Daniel Kwesi Asiama a former MP Buem constituency on the ticket of NDC or I say ena afi Honorable Ayepe eso ewa ha Honorable Sama me pese ye shase me no shase anwumre ye shase mfiri ba bia kofi edi wiye se mu nyina mo ba na meka political parties and major ones for that matter obi aka me ba youth employment may say universities in so afeso no na ba na enkwala every school hoba wia na enkwala we school eba no mo ba begum in fact for the past 3 months midmania to former hade bi o de wona mo ho na se bi ayese entokwa bi asi ba bi entokwa bi apai ebi obi ni obi yesi we ayewi na obi po obi amoma ba ba basa o de hwe the caliber of youth omo beba na hwe o hwe nipa na ogya o hwe na hoden o timo say yes resource human resource de you be honorable campaign na ye betimi afa so se o man na sa timi youth ya ebe ebitu enya adwuma amayaye o hwe a na wa link enu to enkranza issue yi e de amayen na afi round 2 de be kan ye mampenda da John Dramani mama se Ghana for enu ye hu papa se eto aba editi ano and he's happy Ghanaians have realized our mistakes of voting him out of power and he thinks that maybe 2024 no de ye be ye niam yi eno be round 2 but round 1 we hear youth and other issues.
Yo, open inside incha Emma Etifu wo any menu honorable any one of bubu amina on 104.3 Peace FM and I know was sorry afraid I say open in design
Kofi Ofosun Kansa
I wish him well. I wish Ghana youth well. Me because Zambia and I me politics no. I wish him well. Me per se a branch bia and ababa bia nya ejuma eye. But the most important thing is se kanu ye will be there almost ye wo e-levy ho mati. But to be frank with you, in Africa, we need to recalibrate, the way we do things and the way we think. Who be assembly? Eba musena ye wasasi be pre ewo Ghana. Ene kujuma de bia ye di share ankransa and our government don't support ankrankre. We still go back to that subsistence farming. And farming is like a project management. And then we talk about building the state capability in the sense, I was a policy programs and projects. But the issue is say utu nai kowenima. What is the capability of the implementers? The capability of the implementers. Their level 2 is very, very important. The capability. Say no musi tisai jumanasi. Say no musi a plani edi brown. Ebre abain and san abain disika edi momo. It is good, but it is not good. Say mi do bancha fuma. Say mi nya marketa. Minsan fambre opening cancer. That person must be developed to educated or build that capacity to know that yes, I am going into business. And when I live there, yes, eba no me ba be hu eduma mi ye. Enye se mi obanchi dodo na myself for opening cancer. Some programs processes no. Ese se ye hu ye. Mi bompa ye se enye se ni aye politicians e ka o de bia na ya kanu de dede. Because unya twa nsio firao akosombo dam Adomi Bridge ufa Dwapo who called the next I think Yindu. Don't say during election time omu ye greenhouse structure ya to beze miensa nanai nsio boa gususa ni atechesa aye brown from white to brown she cry and see wo mi wa bambe kachre said no mudi yufu eco greenhouse agriculture mu ade nu da so gina na ndwe kra ye tuka we se gina o brown o man fa hwa nche mu da Ghana sika enu ntuna mi si mi bom pa se covid cancer de enye yi manenye sa because the growth of the youth and the population of the youth today in this country is a security threat. These people must eat. They know they must eat. But the government who have the resources, it needs to actually make sure, say, these resources are well channeled for us to get what? Value for money. Value for money. We have a comparative advantage of very good soil. I bet me a producer do. Nipa all call into pottery. No? Where is he going to buy the pottery feed? Adentina these programs are end to mean cherese. Ebia. Yen to even wheat feed beer. Ana yellow corn cake beer and free baby. Ana beans cake beer and free baby. Let us plan and arrange and get a tuko from the north so that we use what we have to get what we don't have. That is the way I look at the policies to be focusing on our environment. Na yen fanye juma. Ya didimu sa besinde. Anopa bia ye di obroni wheat pano di num tea. Inti ntokwasi wa Ukraine na ese ye bobo na te wheat boy ye dio. Unim sa tuko susu ye timi di ye fla.
Banche cry there.
Ye di ye, how far have we gone? How far have we gone? That is the problem. I ever say, oh, we crazy cry the and fire ye ndi wheat. But yeah, government to cry the wheat Ukraine blame ni wheat no edi betuye pono so. Ni wa onyankopon ya after onyankopon hwe ya. I have the feeling say onyankopon say wa bregu. Eje so nipa bia onyankopon bon e wo ni krom na asase so no. Wa manu bibia se ne obetumi a survive in your own environment without importation. Da ben na importation buy. Onyankopon bonipa dasani Ghana ni esi Ghana asase so no. Wa manu bibia o de be survive. Sana nipa mabo mu wo Sahara desert kura no. Wa mamu bibia o mu de be survive wo omo environment. A little bit of thinking and say she. Enu na ekoso say mbrantie they move from the village to the what? Urban areas to look for non-existent jobs. And so when it continues, SSO nipa da sanibe didi na eduani ni wa. What are you going to expect? Crime. Crime. We are late. Look, the time of COVID by, you know, to me see me da nyankopon say, onyankopon etumi ema ewiase ni nyina jinama abibi memufo. Why did I say so? Because you realize that the production from the outside world, developed world, no, has stopped in your member. So I was expecting, say, at that particular time, we should think of the calf. Now you're focusing on our environment. The world has opened again, even though it's opening slowly. Developed countries are still developing. They are producing. And we are sitting down expecting them to ship goods to us. And no more producing and importing. And brings about the inflation. Because there is no production to the levels that ever before. No? More money is chasing few goods. So if the goods are not available, what do you expect? The owner who has the few goods must put price on it. It came to a time where there are goods, but the containers are in the west and the goods are in the east, meaning China and America. Container to exacerbate this, there was a big shipper, Ebeloki was Swiss Canal. Ship Bianco Ebimba. All these things go to affect the world trade. And that is the situation in which we find ourselves. But because we have forgotten, say onyankopon ma yasasini bibia yebetumi edi edwuma di.
Why necessary or strike because on say some problems we nyina yenimu enso so yeba ne akasa ne ejam.
But me can chiro end this best strike.
Na some about
because what is no listen. We Maba studio have a kasada during Muhammad time. That's right. So we must force it to happen. It is a force to happen. Because all the monies that government is going to share into the youth programs, I am not against. But can government to also say that no, we had a giraffe farms before. So we need maybe 5 or 6 people, Ghanaians. Those who can be what? Soil scientists. Those who can be crop scientists. Those who can do what? Processing. And then distribution. If government of today says that I'll vote 1 billion for that project to start, who will say you not get people to work? Who will say? We have everything. We refuse to think. And no hear how. But once it is in the hands of Ghanaians, one day it will kickstart. Because it is, excuse me to say, not comparatively, it is not profitable. Say, ube dissipate sika. Comparatively, I am not saying it is bad, but when you so do business wise, to say ukase nipa ukwa brecha nipa kakrabi na ekwa fom, but nipa bebrenye aduane die. But African ani Ghana no nipa bebre ekwa fom. So you realize that there is a dichotomy of thinking that we must actually make sure say it happens. So you ask yourself, why is it that in the past we have a giraffe farms, Peki farms, and today we don't have them? If you go there today, we say among for that Aveime rice farms. Bisa unse eba muse na yetiti papa janu etumia dream to that level to go into industrialization, and all of a sudden during our time those things stop. Now you shall say why is it so? Why do you go to Japan cotton farms, textiles? The whole town baby cotton in there dying. Can you imagine this? Say the programs and policies, they are good, but let me tell you, they are not going to help us unless we hold the bull by the horn. Say we adopt, yes, we'll help the youth, we'll help them, but we must make sure so we have industrial setups. Our government must fully support, and then you link them to society agencies. There is one lazy aspect about government, not only this government. To say obimnu produce aduane say aban se obeto. Aban to aban tua kantem. Aban entua kantem. And that goes to affect the farmers. I've noticed that when I was in the marketing business or as a marketing assistant manager in a company, me say Ghana Fado, Obinma do say we are supplying the army we are supplying the police, we are supplying this. But when it comes to government paying them, for them to continue with their business, government has been lazy. These are issues we must put on the table. Ebeye den na ana yebeye den senya se ekuafo do eto aduane di ma aban, maybe at the buffer stock, maybe secondary school allocate nipa in their localities. Not this say you best supply aduane. Look at this. Oh, ye supply buffer stock office no. Ewo baby ana office na ma contract no ewakra. So go and supply food in my constituency. Meanwhile, we have people in my constituency. In Komudra, you identify them, you continue to supply this senior secondary school. Now, Sunyaska. These are the calibration. Mika say, yes, every program is going on, but we need to recalibrate them so that we have value for money and then we take advantage of comparative advantage, meaning the area sukunu wo. And I want to mudo sanyani palm oil, maize, groundnut, beans. Yes, you are to supply this 1, 2, 3 school in your area. Then you are what? Empowering the farmers. That is how we should be. So that not happening, it is becoming a security challenge. Now, in Kranza Sema SCN, misade ema ebusiafo yako sema ya dimpa se bibi se sia abrantia woni fie police fa akofa no based on suspicion na ade anchi anade chi ayati say oni hobium is so worrying. The question is, today's Ghana policeman, how are you trained to control crowd or violence? Say eba. Because to me, as a layperson, meaning say in a small group, say problem craba. Police need to or call without gun or resilience or munjai. That is number one. Say nipan mudoswa, you can use a megaphone to tell them munjai nye muye. And many times they respect. Then if it is beyond that, then we move to use tear gas. How many times was someone say BBC ye two tear gas? She said the bibia ki krena dani live bullet. Ubeti ana nipa no musi ato. Ase bofre ba nipa dasani. Ase bofre. And that is very bad for this nation. So from the tear gas, even shield krawo, the shield before the tear gas, before you come to rubber bullet, and by the time you got to rubber bullet, you know, the problem could have been solved. But what we see today, so you ask yourself, how are these people recruited? Why no muna ye jo munshe police ejumum? Omu ye party for na omu no mu wo papa ma Ghana for say ye be bo Ghana man hu ban. Say who recruit a political person into a security agency and now police say that person is coming there to protect the government. So we must make conscious effort. The blame will not go to MPP alone. We must make conscious effort as Ghanaians say. Nipa ye ji omu se omu nko police and fire service and soldier krano. Omu wo pepa se omu ba be ye juma na magana jidimpa. Look at within these 5-6 years and another back on yaso. Ube hua kaka ewejura. Ube hua bullion van police vako we are there. Ya chiomu nipa non sankonko chrea nipa okoko chire bebe ani yonku mu onu mom na asa wu nipa anka onim bebe ankrofo no onu mom na wu na nipa onim honu de hwe anye no udwi we hu a Major Mahama, you listen to this during 2020 election hwe nipa dodo atofom in the hands of the security agents that the government is using our taxes to pay. So I think it is time, say, yenhwehwe nyamam bi mu yi. Say na Ghana ye mobia because the police in akofo bi say branen bi say wa no so ma mawu. The next time we be say ofi say obi be call police station. Then you are allowing people to take laws into their own hands. Embo mind. Look at these nice programs, sir. be kinkan ho nsem ni nyina. If there is no peace in this country, how can the youth work? How can the youth work? Another bi omusi ntokwa wa ha na ye di soja foko na eseso mo aduani eso fuel muka. This youth start program it will go into keeping security. That is how it is, but many people don't know because some of us have had the experience before, even though not my constituency. You remember this Nkunya and Alavanyo people? Yes. The Nkunya people, their common fund for so many years is just going to keep the security of the area. And I'm sure the same thing to the Alavanyo people. That is all where. So the common fund are binding more money. The chunk is always into what? Keeping peace in these two communities. And so by this, no, ube will say, who here pass ye enhwe say ye police for woman ye recruiting. They go by the instructions and do the right thing to protect the nation. Because Roma be endam baby, according to say, Kwabenya I'm for a year, I'm just paraphrasing something. I'm for a year, we say Obianda, and according to say Obianda, when we say ye the fununu between and a fununa chino. I'm just paraphrasing something because there's a rumor on the ground. Because somebody who was not running, he was not breaking into somebody's shop. Yatise yakofanwa mewu. E die ne baye.
Mami misa unu ya pesu hese bia no so ewo ho adwene bia Honorable Daniel Kwesi Asiama, former MP Buem on the ticket of NDC and I was in the platform and was soon egusua.
Honorable I paid the no say I mean to besa ko.
Honorable I pay.
Your friend sumpa hini.
Papa.
Na your funa any time busuma from ewo na adoda kwefu fado ba Ghana na so ebeda na ase ya adwene kese pa odi aba say 2022 budget e kenkan wa parliament no na e pass a obantampa project yi huntama na youth unemployment a national security issue. Na we are be bia abaku bia no. Enye aban ene fa nipa dodo wa adwumem. Ene ye nyina yenim se sa bank tua adwumayefo ka wie. Na otua yen loans interest any loans due for payment a. Na sika na aka no isha entumi mo oban hu bra biara enti aban entumi ntua so emfa nipa bebreba wo wie school afi biara no me won ampo biribi nti won antumi anko school anu akiri na wokita ansa no nyuma ana wo wa hoden a obetumi di ayekua enti dwumadi abase yemfa sika emehihye nipa nsam na won fasika no enye ne awo pese mmiri bi atwamu na eide ye beboa wo na sika na ye de ma wo no watumi di sika no aye adwuma na ehu aba wo ankasa nkora na wo di sika no kwakoye adwuma no ene Ghana nso ehu aba mfaso eninti dwumadi ne ene se edikan etrini nipa no e do won fan titiwu mu adwuma ko apese ye ho ye ma wo adwuma no ho nimdie impo se wonim adwuma ne da akra ye besinga ma wonim die foforo a ebetuma aboa wo na wi a ya ma odwetiri a wo be ye adwuma nana menye ni se dwumadi bi aba Ghana ha esensa ne me de wo mu pa ye kua na ewo mu na se ukọ amahoro bi so a minu ya kana okasa sanka ebenya commercial farm na mpa commercial farming no etumi boa ema yenya no ba ni bebre commercial farmers no so be employ won person be ye ankura no na so ankura eye peasant farming no eno so eboa nti ye de na bie nyina na efra sisi o na ye ka one district one factory ye besi factories ni be wie no raw materials no wahin na so se adwumadi ba na be hye kuaye ni mukina na mabun bebre ede wo ho ekwohye sa adwumadi ma ebeboa me yanya raw materials a factories ahorowa na nafukufu ado aban si ogatumi enyamu raw materials edi aye adwuma netina na ye da aban ase ni ayesra ne se wonga ware quantity mu samre nyame ya adom na sika ne ba ne yede ma wonga won fa sika ne nkwaye adwuma na enti wade sika ne ma won no na won tua ene hunsi ho no eya bosia enye sika ere che obi afri na wunua na ono nso pe sika ne nsa aka bi se wo saka sika no wanfa nya ne wo se wo de ye ne wanya ho mfa so a ebeya den ena sika no akọ rounds na wunua bi a ono nso ewo fie opesika ne bi dia ya adwuma no ne nsa aka ebesere eyi enye party sika eye Ghana enti Ghana ni biara ewo ho kwan se okọ na se yeselect no quantity wiri mu a ne nsa aka sika ne bi no dia ya adwuma na aboa na yebesere sania opahine enkansa eye grassroots chairman Kofi Ofosu nkansa ekan no achirechire mu ha yete aso no yesere bebiri se adwumadi eye adwumadi a sika no yi levia ye nuanom NDC fu kutia ya nyame adom wonga ntumi an stop na ba no ho mfaso ne bi ni ti yebesere ye chirechire mu eyi ntina na NDC fu mpese yi levi ne beba na sane se wonim se ba na sa obatampa ehihye yi ba na mabunu enya ho mfaso no wonya adwuma ye enkoba se obi wie university a ewe se okope aban adwuma nkwa no ye se aban nnwuma ni ho dia na ya form unemployment association se university fu awie school a wonya adwuma anya won association ye hu bi wo Ghana ha eyi de nyame adom dwumadi aba obi afa no ho nhyem no kwaredi na nasa wone esikafo wo manyimu wo ba radio so na mo interview won a na mo de wodi nkoma dodo na ade am won adu pempenso a won adi no kwaredi a wone nipa bi a wo pese wo bua won de won hye agwadi mu wodi no kware ma won na mitie owura Tobinko na mo esekwa me despite doctor Juma wo sha obrase no kware a wodi ema nipa bi a won share ye adwuma aka ho bi ene wo gadu mpempenso a won adu nti sika ne reba ma wo set biara di mu no kware na nhihye ne kire se so wo discard ma no ye di nsi hu kakra ye nuane kasaro se 4% eye pass bank bosia na utumi ye na utua eno ansana ye besia ma obi aka ho no wato aso na no na obi kaso so no show bra so 300 Ghana cedis count it 3 million ene o kan ni sika in millions of Ghana cedis nti ye de ma na ahya ase a ebetuma boa ene nti yesre se no sika no yile bisika ya ye prince ye de bibe ya kwan ye de bibe sisuku adan ye de bibe to aduan ama mofra ewo schools feeding programs ahoro and the free senior high school feeding ebi so ene ye de yi nti yesre na mede enemani age se nipa aban ede dwumadi be hye wonsa so otumi somu ye na nipa na dwumadi so benya ho mfaso no wodi no kware ema dwumadi no na wotua sika no tumi kwanani manfiri hye abiesa ba yanimu 2024 bedu no ene na yenyu no ma nditi for beka opposition forever and ever nti yesre si apese yenyina yegyina na MPP yesan wini ebreki 8 no ewini 2024 dia sa adwumadi mu mieni mu no kware di no enkoma won a wobenya adwumadi ne ho mfaso no nkwa ne mo mpahenefo adi dwuma na ni mu no nso me amfa nkoye se oyide oyeminu we na menim no edu ba bia nipa na edi adwuma na ni mu no esane se wo pese wo ko wini one parliamentary primaries nti no nga PS ka ni nyina da kogu one constituency na obi so tene constituency mu ope ba ko pe one ayikura de aye na aye hweso e de ama constituency for na who say oh sa obatampa program here be yenso yensa ka bi ayenso ana fo nso yensa ka bi insama do agiri fo nso yensa ka bi no ba akofo epie ne nyina de akogude constituency e ba say moa nti ho no yenhwe ni yentua na mon a sa adwumadi ebetuma aboa okasa no ose yebe wie no na nipa more than 1 million enya adwuma aye nana say yetumi yesa adwumadi ye etoto ni ye na nipa 1 million enya adwuma ya then na che say 2024 ye ni nkunim then na che say oman yi emfa ne ntamapa emfura me nua ne kasa no ka covid say osanka African countries ye hu say emra imports emfi amanone emma enamo covid-19 sa amere na osanka ye sigira ye hu say na che say enoma bebre enuan a ye di ntamra ye fura ntare a ye hye dodo nara srade a ye sra efi amanone na eba nti esizi no ohawaba and then inflation na yiti 23 point something 6 or so na wohwemu a enoma ye krafi abrochira ba no eno na no bua ye den and shoot inflation akodu ba bi adu no it is a program ye be eba na ababua na yetuma produce niama bebre nuan a ye di say poultry product obo figaro wa ha a ye krafi abrochire ba obanyimu se sa obatapa program ni yetumi nya youth bi a makoye agric science at university aba na yeso won asen no wo ye poultry farms a ebetuma aboa na ebesesa oman yi sika se begina brand say ni o ma ye krafi abrochiri ba bebre nyame adom say one this one factory yes factories ni bebre ya o sie nya raw materials e di feed factories no ni ejai importation na bribia matches scandal bibia ye krafi abrochiri no ye di say ye kwamsa abeboa na misi fam no na nipa nkranza wo ho aka ebi ahwe won kan
before about nkranza no onim say taba na school feeding eba na enya na ma adwen nyina ye me say memfa school a me kwa half my secondary school e wo go so nti e fa half my say ya na se e benya school feeding ni bi wo ho a enka kuafo e wo go so mpomu ho no because half man then e be no ma e bayere body any sa ne ma no ka kuafo e wo sa catchment areas no bedo na nka ya to de free wo mo ho so na nka ya to de free wo mo ho na nka I empower kuafo no mo da sa na ma dwen mi
na mi ntwa no o man pahini dada akofo de school feeding ban no na adwene etan echi no na yese yam mofra no empe ye local rice titiri and ye local food no inti yam fan feed won e wo school em yet can san ke the chocolate grab account na bofra no benyin no no we hu chocolate bi we chocolate da kura na ho yira no na ama ye cocoa na ye de kwa abrochi no ye process na ato wa ha na ya me ye part of my education ye was Indian Institute of Management Studies in Bangalore India na me ko afoforo no omo na wodi no India ni esa wo mu no gunanu no dia ede ema no but me ko anu me dia asenwura bi na egu manu na so ono no oni taste for any foreign rice ni aye wo India ho na fiber no wo mu a eye mani ni padua no enu ana wo di atoto no fi na mo frase nti enu na onim enu na odia ne de nti na school feeding ye de ko primary schools yi na e wo sank ye chance no ye ma mo fra no caterers no e use ye local food no na abofra de benyin no na onim no aye brode ampesi ene nkontomre fry abofra de benyin no so ye omokra na obedi a na ye local rice ya dua a mpo ya mpo ho ye brown rice ene odi se abofra de benyin no na eye gari ene nkontomre fry bi a na eno ene onim enti anka chiye sa utie opahine kansa ofosun kansa beka sei o chirechire mu se program ye na mabu nu etumi ayekua no na no bai ne ba wo bebua wo marketing mi je de se score be fa so aton no bai no ebi be ye se ye be to di ama caterers na wo ye school feeding no na wo gatumi di aduan na feeding kwala no abofra no wo P1 ana kg na we fi ase di Ghana aduan tetew na obenyin no na enkoba se ebe kwakọ import rice bebree ansa na agbofra no edidi ebetumi aboa bebree na mufra no atumi ye omen ye importation so atew ebedi baby na ye export more than what we import ye ba ne sa etumi boa ema ye men etumpon konanim na enkranza sema na meka ansa na wo ba mu ye ba sere bebree won a de hye ato no ema wonyina ya akọ yaw say oba wo fie na police ba be fa ni say oya suspect wo dwumadi bi a akoso ana akron bi akoso no oba no wo geri say o say okodi adanse investigation no wie ye na mom no ne ya tere say o se we witness robbery bi
enko jai ho
enti na ya be fa no so oya suspect we dey yanka ne sa na adechi wo si wawu na yaw
simple sa nipa onyare
yes na eba ne sa mabum ni ya besre e wasi ya investigation na report ni ba wie na se wonte investigation na sna wo ho asem bi ana waka na mom yan sor ne yan ko hye ties yan ko ya dede yan tutu abo na yankwa shiw police station na obi wunka ho obi foforo enwunka ne owi ne ho menti ase sase sanka yanya ne ye no mabu na anya ne awoye na agasa mi ye kan be kase onipa ba ko ewu na ne ye nti obi ewu aka ho obi apira aka ho ebi kwa na opira ne bi mu akwakoye den na minu akasa no say o police need to me gina no de nsa atoto ne nsa so munya na simple sana na so what right to be a youth ni be ya enya simple so kwa ko gina woganim aka che osu wonya no ngejai na nan kwanza hene yetie no ba bontin betu mabu yifu se munya botare niema kwan na police funya hwehwemu antetam se ekoba se police ni kitatuo na oso kwananim wa ma one shot kwa na kwananim a edu ba bi na se police ni hu se ono nso ne nkwa ho eya ayeden ama na obeto na mum yesre sania binia onabo ahye amakan no se tear gas no na ebi ni ha police fo no empeko be fa so a wo benya bi wo all the stations district command bi a wo se wonya bi e say crowd no edo so say den na mo fire tear gas na e be spare crowd no ombe ebo apete na etumi aboa na ma control crowd na mayen anu yesin say dey be ebe to life bullet na yat say obi ahwere no nkwa na fe ye be sre mabu no ye be sre won ye mu bi ya say won pen na enye sa na ye de ye pen for the train anya bribia na ukoso tai ewo kwan mu na wahyew tai no na loro kwan na asɛ na waye dede aban abɛya ama wo no na wasɛ kwan no na wasɛ kwan no wi a na wasen asua frɛ abansi ye loro kwan asɛ nti wo mɛyɛ mayen yes a na yɛmmoa yɛn ho yɛmmoa kuro na yɛtimu no nti yɛkɛse yɛmpere obi awu nti yɛnkɔ yɛ demonstration yɛnkɔ hyew ties yɛnkɔ hyew police station yɛne police fonfa nkɔ fee so a yɛtutuo yi ɛna nipa bi wika ahunya no na eye democracy ni yesua a ɛsi yehu sɛ nana yaw among foforo na ayɛ democracy na for over 500 years ebi 200 years ɛna yɛn yesua na saafo no sɛ asɛm sisa no wɔ demonstration na yehu na no ya police ni ekum nipa ɛwɔ America a na wɔ demonstration yehu nipa bebree a omukita placards a omukita omede kɔ up and down nipa thousands of people moving next street nyina yema but yehu say obi kɔ fa tai ebe hye wɔ kwan finfini yehu say obi kɔ police station eso kɔ akɔhye police station na ɔto obody akɔ police station because police ni enekum nipa no na mo wɔ demonstration na the pressure to aban no so kɔpem say police fo wɔ investigation ma committee ma nipa ɔyɛ saa no yɛ twɛn na so nti yɛsrɛ ɛho nhia say obey demonstration ahyew tai I attempt to say okoshu police station as all the police ne kwa akoko ansa na police ana aban beti wasem say ye mebu ni address bebre ni e pu abonten ni e placards kita yen ni e wo street so ni e ko up and down ni e ba aban be hu san pan ani abre ehu nhia se e be hye ties si e copy democracy na ye copy ni ye ni enya abotre san se wo hwe pictures ni bia e wo mu se bibia no wa cha so obi aye bibia enyi ntia so obo ni tu okum no dabi na mom pictures ni bi nso a youth no anamon a wotu no na no ye hye kakra ti ye be sere e afotu ene ye be sere ye mfa nso ye sere IGP ene ne mpahine se won modern se sa asemwe wo be kwa na ehu no kware a ewom na ya hwe na nipa nso a eya police fo ya bibi ba sa wo tutuo me nipa hwere won kwa no wa sochi bi wo ho a won hwem no won fa ntwe se na be ya be ye asochi a be wo ho na obi next time no obi ansan ankoye sad ne biem ana fei youth leaders na ya wo organize youth no mo ye sa niama no ema etututu ba medipa wuru se ya na se dwumadi ne brass se o how to be na no brass ya ye be se sankofo no wanye proper investigation no identify one no fo nko gina court mrano next time say you youth be na organize youth leaders bi a wonim say we need control a obetumi a control one more my the right na me tie Industrialization Youth Association ewo one of your sister stations network okasa na me say wakasa fe ukodu ho no nia youth wukase mo mo nya na ebinim kra for police station e pese fan fence ni mu ko you know you cannot control the youth nti won say organize won say mom yenko you don't start what you can't end nti eba sana ya tutu bibia wie na asumdwe ba such leaders na ya organize youth no ma eje won sem no nso e was say do famra kwan so yes next time say assembly ba sa na obo unim say we need capacity a obetumi dey control youth now you don't organize them mob enkwhwere ne nkwa e was make I say we youth leader no kra bia ba bia na we gina nti etu anka ho we kra na obi onu nam ne ba bi innocent person bi onu kra bia demonstration no onka ho kra na etu akwakoka no nso na we yes organization no ye be sere ya woma yenya abotre nyama bi ba sa na emoa na young police for no one yen ne on won ti ha etu na edin police na obefre no na yen to yen bu asena entumi mu ayenyina nana
mate medase papa medase honorable IAP I was for the platform and I was so egusu awutie mo amode madwenche ne bi aba no menkan kakra and some time for senana once upon a time I prophesied that Ghana and by extension, beautiful Ghanaians will enjoy living in this beautiful country called Ghana. The MPP government led by Nanado is bringing economic prosperity through e-levy and Obatampa agenda. Let's continue to support them. Justin Kudia Frempong, you are a victor. NS and do we say a free taifa? We could be say. Good evening, Kesseh. I always make time for the platform. My regards to Honorable IAP. He is a star man, teacher Kufo, Edifree, Ayensuano, and the buy. I pay number Jim Show Naman no, Modemo, Honorable IAP, me and Nonzo. Kofi Ofosun Kansa is doing a great job for government and party full soldiers. If all appointees were like him, no one will complain. He is our president, the youth president. My regards to him, Frederick Kuma, Ewo Wasa Ekropong. Wasa Ekropong na Frederick Kuma anyway say if you buy mankind back be answer na makona basi amaso na fe yenhwa de. This one says Kofi Ofosun Kansa is simply a leader in whom we are all pleased. Apart from his determination, okay, all right. Citizens, why? Teacher Ura or say I'm enjoying the discussion. God have mercy on Mother Ghana. Listening to you live from Takwa Enyinase. Ura also so it was a pastor who suti ewo Takwa Enyinase. And I was saying Pacho time na kan me enchen 5 minutes. Amampenda da John Dramani Mahama say Ghana for ennuye ho pass ye to aba editi ano na ohu saa ahunu no that remorsefulness ewo Ghana for enimini ade enti no is sure that we'll do the needful in 2024 by voting him and our NDC back to power again. What do you make of that?
I was giving examples of crowd control. Man Kesseh in Kranza Sema is in police in Kojina no man in Sansu. I'm talking about the training. So it falls in different categories. And that is why I said that when it is so small with a few people, about 5 to 10, you can control it by just raising hands and asking the people to stop what they are doing. So the crowd control processes. That's why I spoke from hand raising, megaphone, shields. Then we come to tear gas and then rubber bullets. So that is the process. Say, Omanpenyu Mahama Kasa. We have to come back to why this man is in that. We get to the crossroad. Say, idea na Ghana for soon. Inflation na be. Mahama time now inflation is saying. Now inflation is 15%. In the inflation is saying 23. 80 for 23 ni 15 ya hina Kesseh. Ne Kesseh ni 23. Enu na ye ohiani ehunhihia ehihie ende. Now, Omanpenyi Mahama Mreso. Ghana for MPP for orchestrated say unemployment graduates no. Dudu was saying, graduates saying nipa saying unemployed. It is 5%. In then saying 13%. Into one number to me at Tenassi. Alpha penny paper sa calculation. Number will say Mahama time no. The what? The 5% is better. Into our fee Mahama there. Sa kwina offer edifino. Mahama time no driver for trotro drivers no. Omuto gallon of fuel how much? It's 15 cedis gallon. In the liter cra diesel cra brew 11. The super got 10 cedis. That is it. Into koto gallona unam 40 plus. Into obi time what utumito try driver tumito fuel for 15 Ghana cedis gallon. Any near auto fuel 40 Ghana cedis one I say no. One hour ye wa obefi. Eyo Mahama. Now, ewo Mahama mamika semwe na man for 18. The abuse of what? Procurement by public boards. In 2012, the figure is 59,431,777. In 2016, abuse no. 59,753,033 cedis. In 2020, how much is it? It's 846,134,269. Go and check the public boards records, and then you see. That was under Mahama. Intinipa wena manage resources. In desusu obisu manage. Mahama time. Wabobusian 60 billion. Nanado time in there yeti high. Edu 238 billion. Meanwhile, our fuel prices are going high. Or the Esla Mahama establish Edi Asia Wawa. Get fund Asia Wawa. And you may who say Ministry of Education say they will continue to use e-syllabus or to mean printed textbooks until 2024. Into say who are buying say ase any are buying a trema. You compare and contrast. Then you know where you are going. Into say Mahama Kasa asema baby onam bia no baby Mahama na bia ne no amanfo di ntuma gu fom se be faso na sani pa no mu nim ne oye enye sa na obi no pesomoka they know because omu sika e ka ojaye enne openya u host yende me ka kira say Umajwa kra dika. Umajwa bia dika 12,000 Ghana cedis per capita debt per citizen. Menu onkoda wonya wo omu dika.
Na mo na nkwala na nika.
Me say your time no 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay, but
in there 12,000.
Okay.
In there 12,000. Mahama time no na your trial loan repayment 10 billion a year. In there a do 50 billion a year. And nuntina aban ho achirina ti say war. Nyomu kani nyina no one ti say even the Minister of Health beka say agenda 111 granu omu nim time ombe wiye. So oman was that's why I say I wish them well. I don't want to counter them and I say no go and see La General Hospital. Confirm pre emiensam. Oma bubu the first president Otumifa Caterpillar ko bubu hospital ayarefo na omu ye adwuma. Se mbesi ama mu nanse ya edaso wo ho. Ndi usako trade fair susu the same thing wa bubu trade fair agufo. Nipa wa bubu trade fair. Nipa wa bubu La General Hospital egugu from wentumi ansi. Index obeka kire mi say ochina kona kofie bonkra inland port se omasiana. Okay. Anu modern kuwa inti media misi minka bibia say ye tigana inti ko muku seku omu ye mambrantie no mu ye nhwe but obian kai say Mahama wanko bubu dan bia say ti say La General Hospital so besi region bubu ye osi first phase second phase 6 years ni nanado aban kona kohwe ntensi no mubo etwa asasino ahia inti so bi catch say wa fi Mahama ne djuma panti adipa ene toni ho me da wase
so me da se papa Samuel Brian Boaben says, is the NDC going to reduce fuel prices in an unlikely event that they come to power? Let's get serious in this country. Mahama is not coming back.
Me man boy.
He should.
Me man boy na.
Me too.
Esla Mahama di tu hose or di so petrasin nanado di ko jilon o di ako jilon inti Mahama bebanu salon nu besa Mahama onye sada get fund Esla mudi a jilon enunti na ye hu kire ye nne MPP for se mu ni ma mi ka kire mo e ya disua da bia ye suan de wo ewiase.
Interesting discussion. Honorable Siama Pembro for Sempa, dichotomy exacerbate. Hey, ni munsem.
Sukunu de mayebi, mako Harvard. I'm a Harvard pa.
But what he's saying is
I'm a Harvard guy. Oh, they brofo no na mi kachere no. E bia sema be kanu de ompe. But I'm a Harvard scholar.
Or say, with all your brofo Kesseh, you were in power. Tell Mahama that we saw what he did when he was in power. Say Obama.
And that is what I'm telling you.
Bukwasi. Honorable AP.
Nana, former President Mahama say Ghana for Afeno. Grapenika say Ghana for Ongani Jinan. You say Ghana for Bakaina. Ye Kaina say na pension. Na osi onti obia. Ono de. Nia Obeka say onhu achiri wo say Oman ni kuyo one de onti obia na oyogwanfun otumi gina abonten ka kire Ghana fusi satam na covid mayo satam na Ukraine and Russia war e ma ye fuel prices nko soro nso gina ho ka kire Ghana fusi nam no wawe ho nam nyina ma ka dompe asche ne se economy ni sika wa oman ni mu no wa di ni nyina iti sika bi ani ho Mekai ye winning 2017 we gina so Kesseh we need the winning ne mo ye behwe kwa befa so ye benya sika na sa abosom ne kura ye tu adwuma ye foka e say no nga we e ma ka dompe menya ni say Ghana fo e won adwene say wo besan ato aba ama former president Mahama na wakukuru yen economy ne de akoma IMF say me na me to aba ma mu Ghana fo anto aba ma IMF no World Bank wo to aba ma former president John Mahama nso ogdu baby no say economy no on to me manage biem of course senche ekwotua adwene ni nyina amoa at the end of the day no okukura economy ne de koma IMF si ye be fa di power adwuma mu ati se IMF approve ye be to nsua no mu ati se IMF approve na eno na Ghana fo afi se nga ye di ye man ni entumi manage o man no che se ye de koma IMF na me nua hia ma de me ni ma bi onya the figures ni fi emra ye call IMF ya di embargo out to employment so want me fa nipa ni e medical doctors no won awie school na watifia ye to me post won kire say doctor bi ewu asan afo bi acha nan ni e nurses wo wie school 2013 2014 2015 2016 no wo gufie ye bai half personnel and nurses doctors and teacher fu no won awie school over 100,000 yet we recruit wo nyina Samne na unemployment rate ni ya 5% no. And na name nga ya bue kwan akoyi IMF conditionalities ni nyina fi ho. Ni atuma ya recruitment, afa doctors, afa nurses, teacher fu ya post won no. And na momu say ya 13%. But I'll go back and check your figures well. Yes, sir. Ebia na statistical service for ho na nye ho na akonya o figures no. But I'll question figures ni. It sounds say enya COVID year be ya running the growth of this economy from 7.6 to 0.6 so 0.4. And that's how many yes, baby.
What a team!
Yes, baby. Yes, and now I'm going to say, you to not grow young the growth of this economy. As is 0.4, as now could do 5.
What a team!
By IMF. And a World Bank. And then 5.2, 5.3 yako. It's yes, baby. What catch the former President Mohammed Sinanayaw. Ghana phone fair ne baku. Se Ghana ni bia ni agina na. Na ni agina say, yan san kwoto aba farmer ni biem. Na onkukuru young economy e fa kwose IMF fonta no manage mayen. Ya po bia ebe to aba ma na. Obetumi manage economy na mayen. Enya ne yere bukwa akoma no no nso akukuru di akoma IMF anani Methodist bishop no kan no wanti ana oso ma power Ghana fo nya won adwene se wo beto man ewo mu ya gitomo president aja tomo finance minister aja tomo young MPP communicators Ghana fo ya chat mu se emre ahedin external forces ama young economy enyare na so sania na yepeno na mo hwe 2017 up to 2019 baby a ye manage economy di kodua na chese MPP aban yem pe any political party we Ghana ha wo betumi di Ghana economy a hye yansa na wakoda na mpo baby a COVID any Ukraine Russia war edin akodi ye de niama tutu akwan mu a enche hebe ansana afi beko na awie yi no na nia yehunei na nsakra yaba ebema yang frishia bienya yaspansan dia akoyan dedaw mu senia na economy net 2017 senia 2018 senia na 2019 no ansana yebeto about 2024 no na yasan akoyen achi abesi yan quantity mu a opon enam nhihye pa finance minister ene IMF akasa aboyen abaso wose ehun hia say ye beba ababehye IMF program bi ase because eniama ye de atochi akwa mu no one IMF no World Bank wo fraso into ya implementing those policies no then they are with us and no finance minister kasa want what say IMF and World Bank see economy no sadia o hyewa bemu nanso entoto ya ye de ato akwa mu e de manage sa o hyew no wo jetumu na wabapra yen ni akwanyani nti yan fa nkɔhye IMF program ase no wɔnyɛ nhyehyɛ ma yen yen ya yɛ nhyehyɛ ya ebema Ghana ni ehu ahan no na ebedu hɔ na no na owura setekpe honorable ɔka asɛm bi osi you can manage an economy for 4 years without crisis President Kufuor pencil crisis by former President Mahama Abreso crisis by na yentia ye say yan crisis here economic crisis here by abantem we have more than 2 years to make corrections and move forward and to say na adwene say ye ba betina na ewo mu ye ba akopem 2024 no dey abedi president asen abetwen akwachi bi ebidu oboa Ghana form fair ne baako sɛ Ghana ni bia ni hɔ a nani agyina no wɔ dɛn ho na ɔno na akɔyɛ president ɛna saa ɔhaw yi bae covid yi bae ɛna Ukraine Russia war yi bae a anka kyerɛ sɛ Ghana ni ɛtɔn na bakan ansa na wadidi yɛnti a yɛsi abɛnya aban a watoto nneɛma yie ama yɛn na egu so na ɔhaw yi nyinaa akyi no Ghana yɛda so kɔ yɛn anim nneɛma bɛyɛ yie Ghana fo nya abotrɛ ma yɛn nneɛma ɔhyewa abɛyi economy nneɛma abua yɛ din nana ɛnkyɛ ɛbɛba fam ɛmo obi aho
mo ankasa mo gidi sɛ nneɛma bɛyɛ
yɛwɔ ɛnam nhyehyɛ a yɛnti yɛwɔ gidi kana yɛde yɛn nsa si yɛn bo sɛ nneɛma a yɛde agu akwan mu no ɛbɛma economy na gyina ne nan so na wo awo ne ho gidi hɔ na anya mo gidi wo a wo manage economy no wo a Ghana fo ato aba ma as a political party as president wudi ade no wodi wo ne mo gidi yɛn de ogidi sɛ nneɛma a yɛde atoto akwan mu no nti nneɛma bɛkɔ sɔɔten yɛbɛsan na economy a yɛtumi akɔ peking 0.4% ɛtumi agura bɛdu 5.2 a ɛkɔ yɛn anim and next year yɛbɛkɔ yɛn anim yɛn mɔ mpae nneɛma bɛyɛ yie nano yɛne saa sika a yɛgye esi yɛde bɛboa na ɔyɛ marketing companies no wɔnkɔ local markets ɛnkɔ sisan sika local forest no nkɔ sisan sika na mu wɔbɛkɔ Bank of Ghana na yɛ create special forest ne nyinaa start yɛ adwuma a ɛbɛboa ɛma ɛnkyɛ nneɛma bɛyɛ yie ɛma Ghana ne bi aho atɔ no.
Mate, Honorable Sam Ayepe, former MP. Ayesha,
What a team!
Medasio.
What a team! Na me ma you pay na man for team. No, we say no.
Oh. Yeah. Mes ma pon mo monkoda. Ma pon mo monkoda.
Nana ya.
That is what mo machi.
Mose. Say one kofa Israel fun Israel. No fun ko bo sha asase no so no.
What was the next is for
demonstration there? Abakakra. Na Yakopon ka kire Moses ka kire Israel fo no.
Oh, say what time someone me time.
Time Israel mu fu amu hu won.
My me time.
Mu won biem. Ghana
what time na?
Yapon. Biem. Yapon.
Anyway, Honorable Ayepe, any Honorable Daniel Kesseh Asiama, and Edmubesi. I'm to have a platforms here, Edmu AC and Enyumrei, Isaac Odro, Patricia Sefa Fisher, Prince Bafwa Samoa, Elizabeth Ejin, and Samuel Apia, Mona Chiche, and I'm doing Chiame, a Fremenana Yao Kesseh, Ubetimi, Afreme the Cardinal, Minamedi platform, you may be a Hunchiame. Once again, Professor Edward Wiafe. And your birthday, Dr. Yafi, so my happy birthday. And I feel me, I'm in about a queer crying. Yafi, Meguia. Aye, prescription, ever fat. Why? Ever fat, Bibia, come amount. Inti, Yamen count. Ya no watch your conduct, my catching them is a chiano pa. Yamen count on a Bibia, and you're fine, Mobia. Yamaya Doma, you want a Juada. May there are some great Jamunina, Pure Husuye, and one Kotama near BM. Zazamoya Mekan, you know ye. O fa na water awon ti ase hwe ho so yie ene wan kwa nkoto amane biem e de wrade asum dwigyaw makraw